Good morning, children. I'm Radhika, your biology teacher at Dr. Wilson School. Hope all of you are fine, safe at home. Okay, so you've been watching the videos, and as part of that, we have started with the second chapter, that is nutrition in animals. So, isn't it wonderful that we are learning to know how differently the animals can take the food? So, in the previous video, I had shown what are the different food habits. So before going to the next part, I would like to have a quick recap of what we have studied in the previous video. Okay, so in that I had told about the different feeding habits or the food habits, how the animals have, how they are able to take the food by different methods. They are, what are those? Based on that, we divide the animals into different groups, isn't it? They are herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, scavengers. Herbivores eat only the plant parts, omnivores eat the both plant and animal parts, carnivores eat only the animal parts, whereas scavengers eat the dead animals. Okay, like this we have seen the different depending upon the feeding habits. Now next I told about the steps of this whole process of digestive system. Okay, how they are able to digest or the nutrition, how they are able to do in the animals. So the first one is ingestion, wherein the food is being ingested, taking in. So there we have seen we eat with the help of the mouth. Other animals like the what is that, paramecium and amoeba. I told amoeba has got special structure that is called as pseudopodia. Okay, pseudo is false, podia is feet or the legs. With the help of that, it is able to take the food inside. Next one, paramecium. All these slides are there in the lab. I shall be showing. Okay, paramecium also has got mouth-like organ, not a mouth. With the help of that, it takes. Okay, next one we have got what is that? Hydra. It takes with the help of tentacles. Then octopus with the help of those 8 arms. Then we have seen earthworm will take with the help of the pharynx. Pharynx is part of the digestive system. With the help of that muscular pharynx, it is able to take. So what it does, it takes all the soil. It is there inside the soil, isn't it? It takes the soil inside. And in that, whatever is needed for it, that it keeps, and rest of it throws off. Okay, waste, most of it is going as waste. That's how it mixes the soil very well. Okay, next one is about spider. It injects the venom. Venom is the poison. Okay, that poison it will inject into the animal and or the prey, what it is going to eat. Then it is able to take. Okay, then you have seen long those chameleons or the garden lizards. They'll have long tongue. Have you seen? So if the insect is somewhere far off there, what they do? They'll take out the tongue, such long tongue. With the help of that, they'll engulf and they'll just trap it with the help of that long tongue, and it goes inside, isn't it? Like this, such nice things are there. If it is elephant with that long trunk, it is able to take and puts it inside, isn't it? The trunk helps it to eat the food. Okay. So if it is the carnivore, they run a lot, and with the help of that, they kill the animals. Okay, so like this we have seen wonderful ways by which animals would be eating the food. So now today I will first explain about the system. Okay, then we shall study about each part. So first we shall study about human digestive system. Okay, in human beings how it is. So 5 steps I told. So for that, what are the parts required for the digestion, that we shall be seeing. Okay, so here I have got a chart for human digestive system that you have seen. Okay, so as part of that, this is the whole digestive system. Okay, what are the different parts? As I told in the previous video that the food is ingested, the food is to be taken in. For that, what is the part? That is the mouth. All of you are aware. So this is the mouth, and inside this is the lips through which the food will enter. This is the mouth. Inside this large cavity, that is inside our cavity, this whole thing, that is this cavity, that is called as the buccal cavity, or another name for that is oral cavity. I'll give the diagram. In that again I'll write the name. Okay, so this region is called as buccal cavity or the oral cavity. So in that, what is there? You can feel yourselves. What are the things that are there? We have got teeth, isn't it? Upper jaw. You can see all set of teeth, isn't it? Upper jaw and lower jaw. Teeth are there. Then we have got a long muscular tongue. Okay. And then we have got here. So this whole thing. From there. Okay, so this is the buccal cavity having the teeth, tongue. Okay, and upper there is teeth. Here nose is there, here mouth is there. but there is a separate roof is there, just the way our house will have the roof or the separation between the first floors or ground floor, like that. Here there is partition or separation between the mouth and the nose. Okay, so that partition is this part, that is called as palate, upper part. Here this region, okay, this region will be called as the palate, upper part. Below that, under this, we can feel the tongue. Okay, like this. And here see these grape like structures, you can see there are three such grape like structures, bunch of grapes like they are appearing now. They are the salivary glands. That means it is not near the nose, it will be inside our body only, but behind the mouth. That's why the diagram is given there. Okay, so these are the three salivary glands. Okay, why they are needed we shall see later. Okay, so first what I told about the mouth, the buccal cavity, salivary glands. Okay, here in the mouth I told about the palate, tongue and teeth. Okay, from there the food goes. See here you can see this pharynx is written. See the from here you can see this muscular, okay, structure. This is called as pharynx. It is called as pharynx. Okay, this is a long tube, isn't it? Just like a pipeline only. It is like a long pipeline. So that pipe-like structure, the first part of that pipe-like structure is called as pharynx. Now this pharynx is common for our mouth and respiration. From here only the air also will come. So it is like just like a junction for the mouth and for the nose, from where the air is coming and from where the food is going. Okay, that it's a common one, that is pharynx. Below that pharynx you can see this long tubular structure. See, from there the air will go into this pathway that we shall study in another chapter. Okay, the air will go into this way, but the food will come here. Okay, so this muscular structure, again a long tubular structure is there. No, this is called as esophagus. It is called as esophagus. Okay, now here there will be a separation here. Okay, again there will be a wall like thing between the upper part and the lower part. So that part, that is called as a diaphragm. It will pass through that and come inside. Can you see here? This whole part. This part is called as this whole part is called as abdomen. Inside that is packed, as if everything is packed inside a box. We want to pack so many things inside the box. Tightly we pack, no? Like that they are all systems will be packed tightly in this box. Okay, so in this abdominal cavity we call, actually we don't call it as a box, but we call it as abdominal cavity. In that we can see this part. See, this is J-shaped structure. Can you all see? This J-shaped structure is the stomach. Okay, this J-shaped one is the stomach. Then you have got this big one is there, this triangular big one, that is the liver. Okay, then you have got this many pipe tubes are there. These are all called as the small intestine. And here you can see small leaf-like structure. Okay, that is the pancreas. Okay, and here also you can see, okay, one structure, small pear-shaped structure, that is the gallbladder. Okay, and this one big one that is surrounding this whole thing, that is the large intestine. So what are the different parts? They are the mouth, buccal cavity. Okay, then we have got the pharynx, esophagus, stomach, liver, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine. Okay, the same thing I am going to draw now. You all have to draw it in the notebook, children. Please take out the notes and draw that. Okay, in the next part we shall be studying about the system, how it will work. First we should understand the part. Okay, so I am drawing the diagram. I will make the diagram very simple for you all. I will take out this one so that I can draw it here. By then please go bring your books, children. Okay. So you all have brought your textbook and notebook. Very good. Then you can draw along with me. So that will help you to practice the diagram. Okay. You feel that it is in the textbook, it is okay. So I shall be drawing the diagram. Hey, very easy way I'll give the diagram. Okay, so that it is not difficult for you. Consider that this is the nose, here is the mouth. Okay, so I just give this. Now from here we can see the connection. Okay, so how it is. So this is the muscular structure. Here I shall draw. See, for your this thing I am drawing like this for your convenience. If you draw a very simple diagram, that's enough for me. You should be able to understand, but whatever diagram you are drawing, that should be okay. Here I shall draw the draw with me, it will be easier. That's why I tell that you draw. Okay, like this. Now from here the connection will come. Make it still simpler for you all. Okay, and then you got this large intestine. Okay, like this. So the from the stomach this small intestine is coming like this and it is getting folded. So you can show the folds however you all want. Okay, I am making it very simple for you all. It has to get connected to the large intestine from here. Okay, so I have not shown as many folds. Normally the small intestine is very long, but for your understanding I have drawn it simple way. Okay, in a very simple way, as much as possible I have made it simple, children. Now I shall color each part so that you will understand very well what I am trying to draw. Okay, I shall start with different colors. Here I draw the stomach with a orange colored one. Okay, children. So here we see that So you can use, if at all you have any doubt, you can use the color pencils to draw. Okay. Last time many have drawn wonderful and diagrams and shown to me. It was very nice. For your understanding, you can draw like this. Okay. So this is the pancreas. That's why I'm coloring it like this. You learn the diagrams. That is enough. Okay. So here I have drawn the pancreas. Next, liver. Liver will be maroon colored. Okay. This is the largest. Okay. Organ. It will be like two folds such as shown like that. Here you got a small important organ. Between those folds you have got this organ. Okay, that is called as, that's I'm showing with the dotted lines, that is called as the gallbladder. Okay, so now I have drawn the stomach also. Then I have colored the pancreas also. We shall go to the next part. Now you are able to differentiate each part, isn't it? You are able to differentiate. You are able to differentiate or not? Okay. See, next one we shall be seeing about the small intestine. From here, the small intestine, if it starts. Okay, right from the junction. Approximately, I am showing. Okay. You just draw, understand the diagram. Later, we shall be understanding how the system will work. Each part I shall explain in detail. See, in our body, the digestive system is approximately 9 meters long. Imagine how long is 9 meters. Just take the tape from your mother and measure. 12 inches will be 1 feet, no? So it will be, okay. So like this I have shown the small intestine. Okay, child. Now I shall draw the large intestine. See, slowly I am drawing the diagram. You all also can slowly draw the diagram. Don't hurry up, draw neat diagram and slowly you all draw. This diagram is very, very important up to your 10th class. Okay, when 10th class I am going to teach the same diagram again. But I shall be explaining in detail, more in about than this, what I am telling now. Okay, so these diagrams are very, very important up to your 10th class. What you are learning will help you learn better in 10th class. Easily you will be able to do in 10th class. Okay, that's why you all need to learn. When you start something new at that time, it is difficult for you all, isn't it? So that's why we have this. Wherein slowly we'll be telling about each and every topic. Like just like our digestive system, we eat very little, slowly we eat, and we are able to digest. If we hurry up, eat all the things at a time, we are not able to digest, isn't it? Like that only studies also. If you are studying less, you will enjoy the studies and it will be there in your brain for a long time. Okay, children, that's why don't always sit during the exams only. So hope you all have been able to draw the diagram. I don't know how my diagram is. Okay. I hope you will draw a diagram much better than me. I want you all to draw the diagrams and show to me which are much better. I love to see those. Okay. So like this we have drawn the large intestine. Okay. So here I just outline this one. See. Exams. In that exam you will have compulsory one diagram. For that you need to practice. We will see the neatness of the diagram, labeling of the diagram, all will be observed carefully. Based on that we give the marks. So in science without diagrams it is not possible. So you all have to learn lot of diagrams. Here you have seen. Okay. Next one we shall go to. Alright, in between this one, I'll just change the color so that you don't have confusion. Pancreas, I'll make blue color. Okay. Next, we shall see the esophagus and the esophagus. See, here I'm just trying to do. Here I will show that connection between the. This is for the digestive respiratory system that we are not bothered. Okay, so in this region I want to show the like this, the from here it will come. Okay, this region I will not show the respiratory system at all. Okay, like this it has come. Okay children, so here you can see the salivary glands. Okay, under the tongue and here, and also somewhere here also you will find the salivary glands. I am just showing it here. Okay, so can you see this? So here I shall show that this is the buccal cavity. This part I color only with the white color for your understanding. Okay, so you are able to understand the diagram, the different parts you are able to identify, isn't it? So only till there I have colored so that you are able to identify. So here this is the mouth. You are getting so many new words, isn't it? You have to learn all those words carefully. So in this region, this is the buccal cavity. Okay, here I forgot to draw the tongue. So here you can see the tongue. It will be attached to this tongue. Then we'll draw the teeth. Here I will show some teeth because we cannot see from the side view, we cannot see all that, but you should know the teeth. That's why I'm showing here teeth. Okay, next you have got this part. What is that? The glands. Those three are the salivary glands. They are the salivary glands. Okay, why they are like that later I will be explaining, very important, why I have drawn like that there. In the textbook you may not find that part, but I am drawing that so that to understand how the digestion will occur. That is the pharynx. Okay, what is this? Esophagus. Okay, that is esophagus. Next one, stomach. Okay, this one is pancreas. This is a large intestine. This is liver. This is, sorry, small intestine. Okay. So, this is the human digestive system. Okay, I have simplified the diagram. First draw this diagram clearly, then we shall go to the next part. Okay, complete children. I'll give 2 minutes time to draw. I just write the name here. Okay, human digestive system. Then I just explain the parts. Practice the diagram. In the next video, I shall explain how the parts will work. Human digestive system. Okay. So in the chart I have just now shown, isn't it? As part of that, you can see here. See, the first part is the mouth. Okay, the lips we are having, we all know that, isn't it? So the opening into the buccal cavity is with the help of the mouth. It is closed and opened with the help of the lips that we are having. Okay, inside that we have got this large buccal cavity. On the top, as I told, this is called as a palate. Here, the upper roof of the mouth is called as palate. And here we have got one set of upper jaw and the lower jaw. Jaw is the bony part. Okay, within which it is just like sockets. We fix the bulb inside, no? Like that, the sockets will be there from the bone part of the skull. Okay, in those sockets, the teeth will get fixed. Okay, so this upper jaw and lower jaw, both are there, in which the teeth are fixed. And here we have got a long muscular tongue. All of you know this. This is the muscular tongue. Okay, then here the back side the food goes. Here under the tongue there are two, under the lower jaw and under the tongue there are two glands, and here one more is there on the back side top. We have got one more, that is called, those three are called as the salivary glands. They produce the saliva. We all get saliva, no? The liquid like thing that is there in the mouth, that is saliva. So that is produced by these three glands. If that is not there, we cannot talk, we cannot eat, we cannot digest, nothing can happen. That is why it is very important. And that the saliva is produced by the salivary glands. Now from the buccal cavity, as we see, it comes into this part, that is the common one, that is called as the pharynx. That is called as pharynx. Okay. So from there, the food will enter into this long muscular structure, that is called as the esophagus. That is called as esophagus. That is called as esophagus. Okay, or it will also goes into that. Okay, this whole thing, this is called as the alimentary canal. I shall be explaining all that. So first you know what is this. This is esophagus. Next, after that, the esophagus comes the stomach. Okay, from there it comes here. The stomach comes here. I'll show this with the dotted lines, how it can come. Okay, so from the esophagus, the stomach. Okay, the next part is stomach. Then here the stomach on one side it is attached to the triangular structure, that is the liver. Okay, and here you are having a gallbladder, and under the stomach. Okay, see here you can find a junction. After the stomach comes the liver is joining here pancreas. This is blue color structure that I have drawn, leaf like structure, that is pancreas. Okay, that is joining here. From this side the liver is joining. Okay, whatever is produced that goes inside. Then from here the small intestine, though it is called a small intestine, is the longest part in the digestive system, approximately 7 meters long. Okay, and whole digestive system is 9 meters long. Of that, this itself is 9 meters long. See, and it is tightly packed. I have not drawn so tightly packed for your understanding, but it is very tightly packed. And here from the small intestine comes the large intestine. Okay, so these are the different parts. Once again, I repeat, what are they? The mouth, buccal cavity. Buccal cavity is having the teeth, tongue, okay, and upper palate, and three salivary glands. Then it goes into the pharynx, from there esophagus, stomach, liver, pancreas, small intestine, and large intestine. So these are the different parts of the human digestive system. So all of you have to complete this diagram, draw this diagram and complete that. Then we shall go to the next part. Before going there, I shall tell, okay, what is the wonder box? See, open page number 16. In that wonder box is given. Okay, so that wonder box, the digestive system and the brain have a special connection. Emotions like anger when you are very angry with your parents, isn't it? They have not allowed you to play the game, your favorite game, or they have not allowed you to certain thing that you wanted to do. That, okay, anxiety. When you are very like when you are having lot of stress, your exam is there, you have not prepared. If at all you have that kind of a stress or anything, that is anxiety. Then sadness and joy, they all can affect the digestion. At that time we don't feel hungry, we don't feel like eating. When you are very happy, at that time also, well, then you may eat very well. Okay, like this, all these emotions, they have an effect on the brain. In higher classes we shall be seeing why they will affect the brain so much. And then I told, no, a starfish can bring out its stomach from its mouth, digest the food outside, and then withdraw its stomach along with the partially digested food. See, so wonderful, no? The stomach it will be star shaped. Under that, the stomach will be there. Okay, in the center, stars are there. So in the center, the stomach will be there. It takes out that stomach, takes the food, digests there only, throws all the waste. What is required, that only to take inside. Okay, that is the speciality of the starfish. Okay, so now we have seen about all these things. Next we shall, in the next video we shall be studying about the process, how it will be working. Okay children, so please complete the diagram and show the pictures to me. Thank you children.